The issue of so-called digital strip searches is coming up quite a bit when it comes to air travel, especially now that we have situations where TSA agents will ask you for your smartphone or the password to the technology that you're traveling with. In fact, according to data from the Department of Homeland Security, searches of mobile phones by border agents grew from fewer than 5,000 in 2015 to 25,000 in 2016. Now, the government says that the 2016 number is a little bit of an anomaly. Don't worry, it's not usually that high, but they didn't really specify what they meant by that. Why is it an anomaly and why shouldn't we expect the number to continue increasing? Now, with that said, in addition to going through people's smartphones in person, US Customs and Border Protection and US Immigration and Customs Enforcement can also confiscate devices for a further forensic examination. In this case, agents can make full copies of all the data on the phone, which can be shared with other government agencies. So what they do is they'll essentially hold someone hostage in a way. Like, let's say you're trying to enter back into the United States and they're like, we need to see your phone, you need to give us your password. If you refuse, if they refuse and you're not a US citizen, they could just deny you entry, period. If you are a US citizen though, you might have to go through an insanely lengthy and cumbersome process where they kind of like hold on to your stuff, and then I don't know what they do, but hours later decide that they'll let you go. But if you're a US citizen, obviously they can't deny you entry into the country.
So this is an absolute disaster on many different fronts. So first, let's talk about citizens and green card holders. So this is the most unconstitutional thing you can imagine. It says in the Constitution, you cannot have an unreasonable search and seizure without a warrant. They don't have warrants, they don't even have to have a suspicion. And is it an unreasonable search of your private information to look into your cell phone and check the emails that you got, the phone numbers that you have? Of course, the pictures that you have. I can't imagine a more unreasonable search without any suspicion, without a warrant. That is literally unconstitutional. Hell no, not even close. Now they do it, and nobody even complains. Where's all the Republicans screaming about the Constitution, or Democrats? This is unreal. They can't do this to citizens. Yeah. So, look, I'm gonna be traveling outside the country. I'm gonna be coming back in. So I gotta lock my phone, and there's no way I let them unlock it. No way. And if you're a citizen, you know your rights. And yes, then they will illegally detain you. They don't call it illegal, but it is illegal. It is unconstitutional. They might detain you for a couple hours. God knows how long they'll detain you. And then they can keep your phone, according to this, for weeks. So look, they're gonna at some point do this to the wrong hombre who's gonna be a Harvard law professor, and then we're gonna go to court and we're gonna settle this, because this is as unconstitutional as it gets. Okay.
Wait a minute. The whole fucking NSA spying is unconstitutional. The whole thing that we're living in right now is unconstitutional. Repealing habeas corpus is unconstitutional. We're living in a fucking surveillance state, a police state. It's all unconstitutional, and no one gives a shit about it anymore. I'm with you. I'm going out of the country in a few weeks, and I'm afraid to come back in with my phone. This happened to my nephew. He went to Canada, and they had everybody in a room, and they were messing with the Hispanics way more than anybody else.
Of course, and of course, Muslims, yada yada. So, Jimmy, the reason why this might make a difference is the NSA is looking into all of our stuff, but we don't know it, so it hasn't touched people yet.
Right.
Or when the government looked into the phone sex conversations of our troops in Iraq while pretending to spy in on terrorists, people thought, well, that's not me. I don't know that guy. It's not my, right? But everybody who's got a phone goes, whoa, wait a minute, I got something on my phone I don't want the government to see.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why this could be a much larger issue where we finally maybe draw a line. And by the way, if you're not a citizen, good night, Irene. If you don't let them violate your privacy, that's it. They pull your visa and they could deny you entry into the country, send you back. And then there goes your whole trip. It's all the expenses, yada yada, and you're not allowed to enter the US unless we get to violate everything that's sacred to you, and what isn't in our phones.
Why would anyone want to travel to the United States if they're not a citizen at this point, right? For vacation. Like, I wouldn't want a vacation in the United States knowing that these are the type of draconian, searches that they do of individuals trying to cross the border. That's insane. It's insane. And look, The Guardian, I love The Guardian. They did a great job in reporting this story and giving readers tips on what to do to protect themselves if they are traveling to the United States. But the thing is, we shouldn't live in a situation where we constantly have to like delete things off our phone or store everything on a cloud or Dropbox and not have anything on our smartphones because there's a possibility that some crazy TSA agent is gonna look through our data or store our data on whatever database they have. Like, think about that. If you are a business owner or if you're working for Silicon Valley or you're developing something, there might be trade secrets in there that you don't want the government knowing about, you don't want anyone knowing about. And they're gonna be able to download all that stuff? That's insane. If anything, we should be asking Congress to protect big business by not allowing this to happen, right? If big business is the only thing they care about and they don't care about the privacy and constitutional rights of individual people.
What specifically are they looking for? I don't even know half the stuff that's on my laptop at this point, but I definitely don't have like a folder that's labeled terrorism or anything like that. So what could they actually find within 30 minutes or a few hours that would be so incriminating?
Yeah, they claim that they're looking for dumbass terrorists who just tweeted, "Hey, I'm landing in Milwaukee, can't wait to bomb something," right? But you're right, Ray, if you're gonna do that, you're the person that is least likely to have that stuff, to even have that phone or laptop on you, or to have that material.
Right.
And so it is a very ineffective program that does the maximum amount of privacy invasion. So it's a lose-lose.
This is how they justify it. They say they are critical to the detection of evidence relating to terrorism and other national security matters, human and bulk smuggling, contraband, child pornography, commercial crimes, copyright, trademark, export control violation. So yeah, it's a great way to help find out those. You know what else is? Illegal searches. That's a great way to help find out. You can just pull people over, go through their shit, go into their houses. You'll find lots of evidence about a lot of crimes. That's not the country we're supposed to be living in. That's just how they're justifying it, because we actually find crimes. That's not the world we're supposed to live in.
Well, by the way, that goes both ways. So they say, "Oh, child porn." Okay, you better all agree, because what if I find child porn? But like Jimmy said, you could also just bust into people's houses and say, "Give me all your shit." Okay, all right, just in case I find child porn. But that's unconstitutional. You need a warrant to do that.
No, but you know what? I'm very concerned about TSA agents possibly having child porn on their phone. So I want to go through every TSA agent's phone before I cross back into the border, because I just want to make sure that I'm holding these people responsible for their actions. How is this any different from just going into someone's house without a warrant and just going through theirs? It's not different, right? These are our homes. Honestly, we probably have more about us here than we have in our actual homes. And so you need a warrant. You need a warrant. There needs to be probable cause. You need to prove, or at least show, that there is some reason to believe that this person is doing something wrong, and you have to go through their shit.
I miss the days when they used to just fill you up. We just go.
Yeah.
I would rather them cop a feel than go through my phone. That's how invasive that would feel to me.
They will do both.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Thank God.
And so, look, like I said, you might have pictures on there that you don't want people to see, and they can download the stuff. You think they're not going to abuse that? You think the first thing they're not going to look for is naked pictures of either you or your girlfriend or your wife? You think that's the first thing they're not going to download? Like I said, in Iraq, when we're supposed to be looking on terrorists, the first thing we did with wiretapping was listen to phone sex of our own soldiers. The first thing, because the minute guys run it, that's of course what they're going to do. And a slope goes both ways. Oh, we're looking for child porn. Well, how do I know that the guy getting the phone isn't a pedo, and that he's gonna go in and take pictures of my kids and download that? No way, no way. You're sure that guys who are into that kind of stuff aren't gonna go take that job just to be able to do that? No, that's why we have a constitution. That's why we call it America, because you've got to actually have probable cause before you can get a warrant and search everything we have. No, you're not getting to run through our pictures and our emails. It's absolutely outrageous. And right now, if we don't do something about it, they're gonna do it. They're doing it right now. I mean, there's dozens, hundreds of examples, let alone the one The Guardian talks about, which is a NASA engineer coming back from a trip from Chile. Now, he's South Asian, he's coming from a Latin American country. He's a citizen, who cares? Search all his stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely outrageous and clearly unconstitutional. Our reporter Jordan Chatton broke the Donna Brazil story. He was right, she just apologized for it. Help us get more reporters like that. You're the one responsible for that. Thank you, and let's do more right now at tytnetwork.com/go.